My name is Christina Ray, and I'm the festival director for Conflux. Conflux has been around since 2003. I launched the festival with co-founder David Mandel, who's still with us as part of the festival today. And the background of the festival really started with a group of artists who were working in public space, not only in New York, but really throughout the world. But a lot of their practice was online, so we were doing all these experiments in public spaces throughout the world, but individually. So David Mandel and I thought it would be a great idea to try to get some of these people together in the same space and work on projects together. So we started a long weekend. It's kind of like a big party. Everybody came and we did some experimental projects, and that was the origin.
The festival itself started out as the Festival of Psychogeography. Psychogeography being the study of the geographic environment on behavior. And we continue to have strong roots in psychogeography. The festival itself, all of the projects are somehow connected through this notion of exploring and studying and understanding and playing with public space.
So one thing I love about Conflux, being someone that's interested in walking and urban space, is that it takes psychogeography, which is about the experiential nature of going on a simple walk in an urban environment, and about what feelings, emotions, and experiences you have with and because of the space. That, as an artistic expression, is something that we enable here at Conflux. And also a lot of the artists here have done pieces where they're reacting to the urban environment on structured walks, or getting participants to react to pieces of the urban environment.
I'm making a Google Map website with a roundup of things that make a really cool noise when you bang on them. Two right next to each other.
Distribute some money in the city and public space in these lucky gold envelopes. These are Chinese envelopes, and they say good luck. And I wanted to have, at that time, it seemed important that the money be conspicuous and in something that you would want to open up. I give away money. I do it as an art action. And the project goes under the name Free Money or Money Actions. I've done it lots of times for a few years, so it has many different forms. It's actually about spending that half hour, 45 minutes with this stranger, and invariably, especially in this particular thing, I just sort of fell in love with each of the people.
We recently, in August, we drove cross country from Los Angeles to Richmond, Virginia in video chat and in Google Maps. So if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll make sense out of it. So from August 10th to August 19th, we drove across the entire country using just Google Maps. And we broadcast the entire experience live on GoogleMapsRoadTrip.com. We could visit somebody's house. We started in LA, zoomed all the way in on Google Maps, and then just pressed the arrow keys to advance across the country. And it took 9 days. And then we ended up in Pete's house in Richmond, Virginia.
There's a shark. And one of the largest elements of STREB is figuring out how to deal with your fear and with your danger. And there's no way to really practice a lot of the moves that we do.
I by default landed in the dance world because I was an artist and I was obsessed with action. My interest is in literature, films, architecture, slapstick, investigating stunt artists, investigating people who do things with their bodies that seem wrong, collecting a wrong nomenclature for action.
We're combining, art making with activism, with sort of political science and cultural studies, just trying to really take back the public spaces, the pseudo-public spaces that exist in New York City. And I think it's a really, really valuable contribution to our understandings of the city itself, and how moving forward we can reclaim some of those spaces and really come to live in them again. Artists like Reverend Billy Talin, who will be giving a sermon and sharing some of his recent work, has argued that it's important to occupy those spaces. If you want to take back public space, the best way to do that is to actually go in and occupy it.
That is the greatness of New York. We're in danger of turning into a suburb right now in New York City. So much is supervised, so much is preordained. by what we call the demon monoculture. That, you know, if we don't open it up again and have public space that is public, you know, New York is radically turning in another direction from its own tradition. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise.
Many of the artists involved in the festival have found ways to use culture in order to do that. You know, we're thinking about culture really as a tool, as a tool for democracy, as a weapon for social change, as a method of finding social justice.
We can organize a conversation within the present about just what kind of future we might want.